Today, I'm going to be setting up a new Notion space for one of my dietitian clients from scratch. So I thought it would be fun just to give you a behind the build. I won't be adding anything into it today, but I'll just be creating the framework. So I'm going to move me over here. And as you can see, when you create a new Notion account, it already is populated with some pages. And really the first thing I like to do is go to my settings and make sure that the settings are how I want them to be. And then we're just going to go to all this looks good. Appearance. You can choose if you want it light or dark. I prefer light. You can choose where you want it to start. I like to do the top page and the sidebar because that's how I set up my thing. And you can choose whether you want to open the links in Desktop out or not. You can set your time zone, all of that. As far as notifications, I like to turn off mobile push notifications because when I'm on my phone, I typically do not want to get notified of that. I do want to go ahead and add a Slack account. And you can see that I've already got this opened up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that here and allow access. And now you can see that I've got it toggled on where we can be alerted for activities in our workspace and user settings. Now, one thing to note here is that for here, we're setting up this user setting. So as you invite different team members and add new team members to your space, they will need to individually set up these things for themselves. So I'm just going ahead and turning on everything that I like for the admin. And then when I go and create mine, I may do it differently. You can turn on if you want email notifications. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to turn them all on. It's for the admin and I really want them to be connected. I'm going to go ahead and also connect the Google Drive so that we can embed folders, that sort of thing. And that's going to be, I'll probably do a couple of zaps later. And then for Workspace setting, I'm going to go ahead and set our own domain now. Wellness, just so we have that. You could upload an image if you wanted to. Let's see if I can grab something nice from Canva. I can turn Canva account over here real quick. See if she has a logo or anything that I can find. Generic brand. Let's see. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and download. I'm gonna go a custom one and then I'm gonna upload. I'm gonna find where I downloaded it over here. All right, so we've got our icon, we've got her domain set up. We're just going to leave the rest of this alone. Yes, we want to, oh no. Yes, we want to update. Let's go to settings. Team spaces. We're not going to create any new team spaces here. That's not how I do it for my smaller teams. And then I will add guests later. And then this is just billing, exploring the plans. We've got her on the plus plan right now. This is just if you publish any public site. And then we will want to connect her Zapier later, but I'll show you how to do that in a different video. So now that we've got all of our settings, how we like to do it, you can see that we've got our sidebar here and you can drag and drop here. For all my clients, and typically they're running the same business, what I like to do on the sidebar here is create 3 hubs for their business or 3 different departments for their business. So for my dietitian clients, I'm just going to click here, add a new page. And I always do clients as one category. And then we can just add a little icon of people. We'll see what their field clients look like. And then I just go like with their color or vibe that they're using. You can definitely customize these if you wanted to, but right now I'm just trying to get the base set up. And then we're going to do another one here of content because that's a big part of content/marketing here. And then we're going to add, let's see, maybe we want it so right. I'll do this one's cute. And then the other department is our behind the scenes or operations. So these are the 3 major pillars that I set up boards for. Maybe operations, tools, maybe a computer. Let's just do tools. Let's see what tools does. I don't even like those. Let's do operations. Computer. So we've got our 3 major hubs. And I'm going to just go ahead and use this project board they have, but I'm going to pull it down into the behind the scenes. So then when we toggle over, we see our projects here. And then their doc, that's going to also be behind the scenes. Same thing with Wiki. Actually, all these are behind the scenes. Meeting. And then, so they've got custom pages. I like to choose this one for my clients. I feel like this one's too advanced. This one's not enough. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started here with this. So now you can see that on my behind the scenes page, I've got my tasks, my projects, my docs, my wiki, my meetings, and I'm going to just begin to I'm going to come back and customize these. But right now I just want to map out everything that we will need. So I'm going to actually set some migration in from another platform that we're coming from. So I just want to make sure that we've got our meetings here. She also requested a page for important link. To create a new page, you can just go ahead, backspace, page, important link. And let's just add a little link icon here. From. And then we're going to have, I know she's going to want one for affiliate too. Page. I think we can do that. Important links we can keep. Well, let's just do affiliate information too. Keep that as a separate database. The great thing about Notion is if you change your mind and you want to combine it later, you can always do that. So we're going to do affiliate database. And then under her client section, we're going to have our lead management table. So we'll create a new page. And we'll see lead management. Let's just do a little person here. Spell management, right? Person. We've got our lead management. Under clients, we're also going to just manage our client. So we're going to create a page for client management. If I could spell management right, especially since I am a project manager, that would be, man, let's make them happy. Our client should be happy. And then we also, on our client side, manage, oh my goodness, our labs. Because this is a dietitian, so I build them out a custom lab tracker as well. Let's see. We're going to do another page. Right. And then we're going to add a lab here. Lab. Science. It's a like lab to me. Lab tracking. Okay, so we have lead management, client management, lab tracking. And then we're going to have this is her group program. There's a lot of people. A lot of people. We're going to come back and fill all of this in. Don't you worry. Your little head. We're just setting up the skeleton for it. We have our clients. We have our lead management. We have our client management. We have our lab tracking. We have our revive. We have our content. Okay, content. I used to, I think for this client, because she only has, right now, she has just two like areas of content marketing. I'm going to keep all of her content stuff in one page. So we're just going to create a page that says content database, content data, master content database. And okay. So then we'll just add this icon here. All right. So this is social media. Writing again. We're writing again. Let's do typing. Maybe we're typing now. Okay. Cool. So these are my areas. I'm going to go ahead and start to customize these now based on what I know and love. Okay. And then let's projects. I like to turn this into a folder. I don't know. A bullseye just doesn't make sense. I guess because I use goals too. And leave our doc. That'll work. Paper. Our wiki, which I'm actually going to call, let me do this. We're going to call this our operations manual. We're going to delete this because we do not have global offices. And then we're going to do two resources. You're like, copy this. Let's do this as resources. And I'm going to move some of these that were down here into here. And getting started. I'm just going to leave that for now. We can keep our mission values. Let's delete the global offices because we will not need that. Delete. We will delete corporate travel. Delete. And we'll delete this. So we're not that big of a company. What's new? I'm just going to delete this too. This is actually going to turn into our SOP and database. This is going to be operations. Okay. And then I know she's going to want communication policy. I'm going to change the to I bought because this is our operations manual. Okay. Cool. And this is going to get probably more customized too, but let's just choose those into meetings. Like the calendar. Where's the calendar? Okay, cool. And then let me just check again against what she needs. So she's got her client lab. She's got this membership program. Client revive cross-client. Okay. Cool. And then I'm just going to check against one that I already have built out to make sure I'm not missing anything. So we've got our client, labs, revive, content marketing. We've got our project, ops manual, meeting archive. Oh, we're just going to do a metrics hub as well. Do metrics hub. And so this will be like a little graph. It's really okay. So initial setup, 12 minutes. And like I said, I've set up multiple of these before. I'm just really building out a clean template right now. We are going to start setting up and customizing this. First, I'm just going to go project by project, but I'm going to start backwards and I'm going to start with tab. And first, I just want to edit the path properties to be properties that I know, use, and love. So if you hit here, edit this, there's some things that I don't use, some things that I do use, some settings that I want to change. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this priority because I operate by, when I first started using Notion, I would have so many different properties that it got to be a little overwhelming. So now I really love to just really use the only ones. So that I like love and use. Task, data, not started, in progress, done. That works for me. Assignee would be who the person is assigned to. Due date. Priority, I'm going to go ahead and just move that. Tag, I really don't think, because I use it by project, I'm just going to delete that. I don't use the tag, but if you had a larger team, departments, that sort of thing, maybe that would be done. And then definitely one subtask and parent task and the project, but I don't need the project showing in this view. So these are showing, these are not showing. And then other properties I like to add is a text property for note. Notes. And then I also like to do a property for Google Drive file because a lot of the work that we're doing are inside of Google Drive. And then I like to add one more for time estimate. So that we can stay in budget. This budget is great. Okay. In our project board, you can now see that we have our task name, our status, any notes, Google Drive, time estimate. That way, when you're assigning to your VA or yourself, you can estimate the amount of hours that it is going to take you so that they're not like spending a zillion hours on this. We can also add any note. You can also add notes in here as well, but I prefer sometimes just to see this here. And I'm also going to just wrap this column here. So I know it's going to be a bigger one. And then who the person is assigned to. And then we could go ahead and just start adding in our projects. Also want to check out the filters. So where this is filtered, where I want it to filter out the done. So I'm going to put is not done. And you can see now when I change this to done, it disappears because I don't need to see, it's just going to get too overwhelming. Where the assignee, you can pick who you want the assignee is, but we're just going to leave that blank because we want I want to see everybody's from this view. You can say where due date is this month, on or before whatever. And if you wanted to see sample projects, this is by board. So these are tasks that are in progress, not in progress, done. And then 2 other views that I love to add because I'm a very like due date driven person is I like to add a calendar view. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take this and I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to put monthly view of task. And I'm going to change the layout to calendar and I want it shown by due date and I want the month and I want to show the weekend and I want to open in a side peek. And then the properties that I like to be shown on this are I like to see who's it assigned to, the project, the status. So it's our monthly view of task. And then I also like to see just this week. I'm going to duplicate that. And I'm actually going to change this to, I think I've been liking the board view for the view, but I'm going to change it to where it's grouped by due date and then by the day. And we want the oldest first. And I'm going to change the filter to where the due date is. And this might be an advanced filter, but the due date is relative to today, this week, so that I would only see this week's task. And then I'm going to edit this view this week. And the properties that I like to be shown on here is I like to see who it is. I like to see the project. I like to see the status. I like to see the hour. Project status, hour. Like I said, we don't need due date because it's already there. We could add Google Drive folder if we wanted to. So these are the views that I like. My clients really love to, and here, see how I said save this for later? That's important so that everybody on your team can see it. But my clients really love this project view because they're more working like project based. The board view is just good to see all the tasks that are in play. And then the all tasks are right here, monthly view of task, and then this week's task. That's for the major for this. And I'm actually going to change this little. I go into a calendar mode. And then I'm going to change this to week. So then this is all set up. And then I'm just going to go in and check project to make sure like I'm going to use all of these properties. So I'm just going to hit edit view. We're looking at projects. We have our project name. We have our project status. I like to just call this like idea / parking lot here so that we can put new ideas that we have. Planning, in progress, pause, done, canceled. Those all work. Owner is who owns the project. The dates is the timeline of the project, which is cool because when you look in this timeline view, you can see how the projects are like leaning up into each other. And then priority. I don't really use priority. We've determined that when I'm doing due dates. Completion is a fun little formula because it's basically saying how complete, like how many tasks are left, like how close the project is being done by completed. And then blocked by is if you had to get one product done before you can get the other project done, you could do that. And like I said, I do not use Notion's AI, so I just delete this summary. So that is our projects board all set up and beautiful. For our meeting archive, so you can see that we have the team weekly meeting, the getting started with meeting notes, and the weekly stand-up. Here's our meeting calendar. Here's our list by type. Here's my meeting. So I'm going to guess that the filter is set to where attendees contains me. Anytime you set it to me, it's that. And then let's talk about templates, because for this one, I actually do have a template that I know and love for it. Let's see what this weekly stand-up meeting populate. That's cool. That's cool. And then what is it? New weekly. I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing because I'm going to show you how to set up some templates for you. All right. So, let's just delete this one. So these are the templates. If you click on it, you'll be clicking a new meeting. So when I click on the voila, see the new guy. We don't want that. We want to edit the template so that any new meeting that we adds there. And we're going to get a little more advanced here. So what we're going to do here is we are going to delete. I like their little button they had, so I want that. Delete this. Delete. Oh, and I thought of one more database I need. Let's do a issues / ideas database. And we're just gonna go ahead and database, inline, template, issues. Okay, maybe just delete that. Database. We wanted this to be a full page database. So this is going to be our new issue. Yeah, this is what I wanted to be. So we're going to do issue / idea. And my clients love this one because I actually connect it to their Slack channel, where they can just like brain dump stuff that they want to talk about on the next meeting. And I just want to do a status for that. And we're just going to change this to new. Pending resolved. And I actually created that so that when they have a new issue or a idea, it comes in here, we can talk about it, new issue resolved. If we wanted to add more fields here, some other ones that might be helpful is who does it involve? But I think when my clients are first starting out on Notion, I like to keep everything really simple. So we've just got the issue and idea so we can capture it. Please little light bulb. Light bulb. All right. I needed that because I'm going to use it in my meeting database because I am going to show you how to roll up some things. To edit your template here, you're going to hit edit template, edit, and then we're going to call this our weekly alignment meeting. Because that is my trademarked weekly alignment. And we'll keep this little like add my update. And let me grab my agenda here. Here's our weekly team meeting agenda. Shooting agenda. Nope. And then let's turn this into. I'm just going to show you some cool things that you can do with agendas real quick. Well, before we turn this into a toggle, because I don't want all of these words seen, but I think it would be cool to have like prompts here in case I'm never out here. Okay, and then we're going to create a new toggle. Turn this into a toggle. The view action item. And then we're going to turn this into a toggle. All the numbers, I'm just turning into all the bolded areas. I'm just turning into a toggle. Turn this into a toggle, and then we're going to go back and clean it up. Okay. And I don't want them toggled inside of each other, so I'm actually going to, because they go away. So I'm going to take this toggle, and I want it to be on top. There's probably a faster way to do this, because now I've undid everything in order, but we're just putting it back in order real quick. Anyway, we're still toggled. We're still toggled. I don't want to be toggled. Yep. Okay. What I want. That's what I want. But now it's fine because now we can toggle, 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 toggle. Okay. Okay, so welcome. We don't really need to add anything here. Review of action items. So review last week's action items meeting and their progress, any challenges. Okay, so for this, we're going to do a link to database so that we can just go ahead. So we don't have to, while we're in the meeting, click to see the task. We're going to go to our task database and we're going to add a new table view. We're going to do last week completed. And we're going to hit done. And then we're going to change this filter to where due date. We're just going to add an advanced filter here. Due date is relative today, last week. And I think we're just going to do that because that way it just can jog everyone's memory of what they needed to do or what they got done. And if they have any pending tasks, they'll show up here. So we're going to do rename, and these are going to be last week task. And we're actually going to want to group them by person because we're going to go through and talk about these by person. So we're going to group them by assignee. Yep. We don't have any tasks right now. So or we don't have any tasks that were due last week. But if we did, they would show up here. And so we're going to just make sure that this is in our toggle. Toot, toot. Okay. Then we want to review our business metric. I have not created our metrics hub, but I'm going to do a linked view of our metrics hub here when I get it. But also I have a traffic dashboard that I review with my client. I'm just going to put the links here. So this is going to paste as mentioned. And then I have an analytics tracking sheet that I use. I'm going to put here that I was using before this client was in here. So those things would be here, voila, ready to go. And then project updates. This is where we're going to discuss our project, both our projects and our issues and ideas. So we're going to toggle this and let's do a linked view of our projects database. Actually, we're going to do our task database, but we're going to do it by project. So we're going to find. And then I also want, this is where I want that issues and idea database to come into play too. So I'm going to do a linked view of our issues and ideas database. Make sure this is in the toggle. I'm actually going to rename this view to unresolved issues. And we're going to filter it to where the status is not resolved. So then that'll be a running list of issues and ideas. We can quickly review any of the projects that we have and then just wrap up is everybody's confirming their next step and their action item. I'm going to go ahead and blow this up really big. And I also like to, I prefer full width just so I don't have to scroll back and forth as much. I was going to want to, maybe I want to turn these into, maybe move these into a call out box and it look prettier. And move this into a call out box. There we go. Yeah. Rosé. Who's turned into a talking person. I feel like that looks prettier. I'm just like, and you call out. To bring this into a call out. We got a call out here. We got a call out here. And do a call out here. It's gonna be a long one. Might have to divide this back. We've got our weekly meeting agenda. This is key. I don't think I need this, but I really did like this, but with my Zap, I don't need it. So here's our weekly agenda. And the great thing about all the filters that we set up, it will auto populate. Actually, I want to add one more. Summarize key points, review action items. And then, so let's add a linked view to this week's task here too, so that everyone walks away knowing what their tasks are this week. So here's this week's task. And then if there were any new tasks to get done this week, they can get added here. Let me make sure my filter today is right. And then if we need to add new tasks throughout the meeting, we can just do so here. But yeah, so the great thing about this now with all the filters that we have set up, it's auto-populated for the exact thing that we need it for in Notion, which is beautiful. Okay. So we have our task, we have our projects, we have our operations manual started. I still have to do a little bit of work with that, like with setting up the SOP. Actually, let's go there next and just set up our SOP database. Just really roll. I'm going to do all just so I can edit it very quickly. And then let's add the properties that I love to see here. I'm just opening up a cheater one I have over here that I've already built. All right, so then let's go ahead and edit some of these properties. So I'm actually going to change this to departments. And I want these to mirror what clients. Then I'm going to have content/marketing. Then I'm going to have operations. Okay. I also like to add a property that is the type. So I'm going to use the select property for this. So type. Is this a process, template/script, overview? It's spelled process, right? Process. Maybe not. Overview. Let's see, what else do I have? We can add more, like process, overview, template, script, overview, anything else. We're gonna keep these low, and then we're gonna add a status property for here, and our status is going to be new. Need to create. New. Need to create. And then we're gonna have under construction. Under construction. And then we're gonna have a needs to update. Needs update. Then we're gonna have active. And then we're going to have, let's do an active. Now we're building our SOP database. Active. And I think I want to, yeah, let's move these around a little bit. So active, I want it to be like in progress, under construction, needs update, can be here. And then that's how I would probably filter it later on. And then let's just change the color. So this is new, light gray, under construction. Let's do orange. Needs an update. Let's do yellow. And then archive. Let's do red. Okay. Okay. So then we have our status. For status, we've got a department. I like to link. We're going to link our resource, link to resource. Just add a URL. I'm going to add a link to resource here. And I think that is good to go as far as properties go. Okay. So I'm just going to delete this. Okay. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to delete these old templates because I don't want these, and I'm going to add in an SOP template. New SOP. Some of my clients choose to store their SOPs in Notion. That's what I prefer. Some choose to store them in Google Doc. This is just an SOP if you were storing it into I actually get ChatGPT to write all of my stuff now. This may not even be relevant anymore. I'm gonna do this for now. This would work, but really you're gonna have to customize this to your thing. But if you wanted to store your SOPs here and handwrite them, then this is how I recommend writing them. But now I have built a custom GPT that writes my SOPs for me. So I don't really use this format anymore because I don't need the template anymore because the template is already in ChatGPT and it spits it out this way to me, but it's totally up to you. So there's our SOP database. We've got our SOP database. We've got our important links. We're going to go ahead and just build this out really quick. A new property, backslash, we're going to do links, database, full page. That's what we want. And this is going to be, and delete database. I want this to be a database. Why can I do that? Operation manual. Important link. Let's do inline database here. Inline database. All right, so this is going to be our important link database. And then we're going to put our link name, link's name. Yeah, put that link name. And then we're going to add this property. And our options are going to be, is this an internal link? Internal. Client 1-on-1. Internal. Is there other program? And then affiliate, external affiliate. Okay. Oh wait, we said we're doing a separate affiliate. So these are just going to be our types of links. Delete that. Okay. If you wanted to store your affiliate links here, you could do that as well. Important. We're just going to do internal links. Internal link to share. Got it. Okay. Cool. So then we'll have our type, and then also obviously we'll need the URL. Okay. What? So those are our links to share. And then if we want to build an affiliate database as well, I'm going to keep it separate for now. I might combine. The reason why I'm keeping it separate is because you're going to see when I build out this database, there's a lot more properties that are not relevant to the other database that I built that I want for my affiliate database. So that's why I'm choosing to create a separate database rather than just create a brand new one. All right. So this is going to be our affiliate database. Affiliate database. Company. I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to delete it somewhere. Delete property. But I also would like the URL. Affiliate link. URL. Affiliate link. And let me log into my affiliate links and just see the properties that I have and love on mine. Affiliate link. affiliate link, and then I have coupon code. Text. Coupon code. That doesn't it? Code. Today, right? Code. That's what it was. I'm like, how did I get that? We're going to do a text property just with commission details. Text. Details. So sometimes you want to know, like, how much of a percentage am I getting? That sort of thing. And then this is affiliate portal login. So this is going to be another URL, and this is going to be like portal login. And the portal login. I can always forget, like, how much do I get paid, that sort of thing. What are the cookies, that sort of thing. That can go all in here. We're also going to wrap that column. It's already wrapped again. Or wrap that column because that'll probably have a lot of stuff. But then we've got our affiliate link, our code, our portal login, and the company name so that we can have all that nice information just shared here. Okay, so let's see. We've done our task database. We've got our project series, operations. We've got our meeting, our weekly meeting. Obviously, I have quarterly meetings as well. Let's do a metrics up real quick. So we're going to just do basic metric, full width page always. Let me go pull up the one that I built that I love the most. Ooh, forgot that I have it like very. So we're going to just do all metrics first, and then we're going to do weekly metrics. So I also love to use Metrics Hub for quarterly planning. I do my metrics tracking by week. So we're going to do an inline database. And we're going to just rename this our Metrics Hub. Rename this is going to be all metrics, but then we're going to filter it so that it's prettier. And this is going to be our week starting. And our week here. And then we're going to delete the windows. Yeah, we're going to delete those. Like, how did I do that? I don't think I did it by filter. I just did like hiding properties. Okay, so the first metric that I like to track, and we're using number properties for all of these, are new opt-ins. If you don't have an email list, I've got a friend, I've got a gal agency. Definitely hook her up. It is a very sustainable way to build your business. We're just going to duplicate this property just because I'm lazy. I don't want to go grab another numbers one. And then if we wanted to do this like opt-in one, if we wanted to see from a specific opt-in how many people we were getting, we could do that here. For this person, I know she has a toolkit that we're going to do. Toolkit opt-in for this week. Bam. Okay. And so this first part I'm doing is all email marketing, and then we'll move into social media marketing as well. So then we also want to know, duplicate this. We want to know total email subscribers. And we also want to know, there's a metric that I like to look at called healthy contacts. This is if you use Kajabi, but this is how many people are actually opening and clicking in your emails. So those are healthy. And then I always like to include notes. So we can note any changes were made or anything we did this week that might have affected metrics. So that's notes. And then now we have all of our, and then I also want to add a date property. Yeah. Um, we're just gonna put this week starting. We're gonna change this to week. Week. This is gonna be a week starting. Okay, so then we also have our week starting. And I know like week starting, it's just because you can't get rid of this in Notion. But I like to look at it by view. So we're going to do a sort on here, which is something we haven't done. And we're going to want it to be sorted descending. So that means the newest is going to show up first. So we're going to sort by week starting. And this is why I add that date and the week starting. But we want to sort it, not filter, delete that. Delete this filter. Delete filter. We want it to sort by week starting. And we want it descending. And we always want to save for everyone. That'll just be your view, and that'll be cool. This one says all metrics, but this is really just our email metrics. So I'm going to go ahead and just duplicate this here, because sometimes I just want to look at my email metric. So we're going to rename this to email metrics. Here's our little email. Okay. So we got our all metrics. We got our email metrics. Yay, yay. Okay. So now we're going to add our social media metrics. So let's go right here, and we are going to start adding our social media metrics. So what metrics do we want to know on social media? For me, I want to know, and again, we're using number property here, number. We're going to change this to like a phone because that's social media. We're going to do social. We want to know IG followers. If you're on TikTok, whatever, you can add more for that. Maybe make a different page, but IG followers. And we're going to want to know IG like. IG like. So a thumbs up for that. Oh, wait, no. Phone. We're trying to keep it streamlined and pretty. Okay, duplicate this. What else do I want to know? This gets really long, which is why I sorted by kind of department. IG like. And we're going to do link in post comment. And then we're going to duplicate this again. Link in bio views. Okay. And then we already have notes and then week starting. So those are my social metrics. How I'm going to do this and get it to be social is I'm going to duplicate this. We're going to save it to social media metric. Phone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this in this view because I don't want to see email. I just want to see social media. Hide. Okay. For some reason, I don't know, I like the notes over here. All right. So then we've got our social media metrics. So now if you had a podcast, you could do podcast metrics. This client doesn't. I'm also tracking website metrics. So we're going to come back to our all metrics here. And we're just going to duplicate this. And then I'm going to change this to pay. We're really talking about website traffic in here. It's connecting in my brain. Total website users of the week. Okay. Total website users. We're going to duplicate this. And we're going to website conversion. And this is actually a formula. This is going to be a formula. Let me see what it is. I know the formula. Now you're going to need to learn a new skill. How to do. We're going to unlock this of this edit. So we're going to do a formula, and the formula is going to be. So we're going to do edit property, and we're going to change this to a formula instead. We haven't even gotten to Notion formulas. Then we're going to go edit. So it'll open up this edit and we want it to be divide. And we're going to divide new opt-in and then a comma and then total website users. So that's going to say, this is your conversion rate for how many people visited your website and they actually opted in. So that's a really important metric because then you'll know maybe your lead magnet's not working. Maybe you need to put it in more places, that sort of thing. And we're going to change this. We want it to be a percent. Oh, and I actually started editing this too. I figured out how to round this too. Round. I'm just going to round. And then there. I'm done. Good to you. Get down to it. I'm just going to move that around for now. Okay, so we'll leave that for now. Cool. So then, and this is website conversion. Conversions. And so then basically I'm just going to duplicate this. And I'm going to want to hide anything. And actually, if we wanted to do this faster, I don't know why I'm doing it the slow way. We could hide. And then we just have our websites. And then we're going to rename this to website metric. Website metrics. There. And then we're going to metric number. Plain. Okay, and then you could do YouTube. There is going to be one more metric that I'm going to do here for this person because I know that they have strategy calls. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to add a new one. And this is going to be strategy calls. There's a number. Assessment calls. Storefront person. This is like tracking their leads. Person. And then we're going to duplicate that. And we want to know assessment calls cancel. They do that sometimes. And then we're going to duplicate that. And this could be a formula, but I'm just going to, for the sake of time, Assessment calls completed. Completed. And then we're going to duplicate this. And then we're going to do new client signs. And then we're going to do call conversion. And you could do properties for this, or you could just do it manually. I will probably set it up when I come back and put it in the first time, just so I can make sure that all the numbers are working right. And then I'm going to duplicate and then I'm going to change this to lead generation step. This is something that we're working on with the client. So person. And then, like I said, we can hide all the email metrics, hide all the IG follower looks. And now we just have our assessment call stuff. And then the cool thing is you can get some totals. If we wanted to do this, actually, I am going to add a property to do the month, because I think that would be cool. So I'm going to add a tag property here. I wonder if I could group let's just do a little experiment. If we could group it by week starting month. I love that. Okay, so then we can group it by month, and then we can get our monthly kind of conversions and how many, because it is calculating us. Love that so much for us. Okay, so if you want to see what I'm so excited about. So let's say we have this call here, and then we have this call here. So we can see we're June, July, and then we could be able to get our total conversions for each month as well, which that makes me really excited. Okay, so that is all of the basic boards that I do for operations. There are a couple of more templates, I add a quarterly meeting template in there because I love to have those meetings. Because I do a lot of launches, I do like to add a launch template in for these clients as well, but that's something that I'll be creating after baseline systems are done. But this is pretty much a baseline operation system where you'll be able to transfer your knowledge to your VAs with ease, delegate with ease, track your metrics with ease, have your all of that with ease. And it really will help to this system in particular will just help lighten that mental clutter from your entrepreneurial plate, because you'll be able to have everything out of your brain and into this system. And these are the systems that I would say are critical when you start expanding your team. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like this template, you can definitely build along with me, or you can purchase this template in the link in the description. That is all for operations. This is getting really long. We're over an hour now. So we'll do a separate video on the client management system and the content management system that I'm setting up for this client.